right, welcome back, viewers. My name is Ashwin, as you already know me by now, and my partner Anmol, who's also my boss and the CEO of the company. So today we are going to talk about websites. So there was a time when we used to, before setting up a company, we used to buy some real estate and or rent it out and set up our office. But these are modern times; everything is online, and this is the time for getting some space on the digital real estate. So, Anmol, explain us. I mean, you and I, we have faced this before when we meet a client, and they say, "I don't need a website. What is the need of website? You can use my Facebook or Instagram to drive sales." So, let's begin with that. Let's begin the conversation
Yeah, it is a
with that.
perfect, it
Yeah,
is a perfect question to start our podcast with. So, for our viewers, just to let you know that as per what data we have gathered and how many people we have talked to in the market, so we have understood that 90% of the people still don't understand what is the purpose of having a website. So, let's start with the basics. Earlier, when we from 10-20 years before, so we used to go to the brick and mortar stores to buy our basic needs and everything. Right now that we
right,
do on a digital platforms, right?
correct.
But when we go digitally, where do we go first? It's an application or it's an website, right?
Mhm.
So in the brick and mortar store, you entered, then you see the goods, and then there was a checkout counter where you go and you pay by a card or by cash, and then that's the same process that we get on website. But people do not understand that. They still say, okay, I have Facebook, I will post my products on Facebook and people will buy. But that's not the case. Trust me, Facebook is not a platform where you want to be dependent on to selling your products. You know why? The number one reason, recently we also got banned from Facebook. You don't want to be in that
One of the
situation that
reasons.
you
You
know
don't own Facebook, right?
you don't own
Mark
Facebook.
Zuckerberg does. Meta does.
Yeah, exactly. But in case of a website, you own the website as well as the place. You are paying.
Correct.
So in the older times, if you open a brick and mortar store, you used to buy the land. Then on top of that, you build that store and then you put the goods in it. Same
Right.
is the
So,
process. That we
Anmol,
do.
well, the question is, why did people at that time also
Right.
spend so much resources and efforts in setting up an office? Because you needed a permanent address. It built some credibility for you, right?
Exactly. And if we don't have that, people used to think, okay, this is not maybe a original company or whatever it is. There are so many reasons. Still, if you see Ashwin, when people ask us, they first ask us, where is your office in Bangalore?
Where
Where
is
is
your
your
office?
office?
That is the first question. Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
After
Right.
the website, they go back to the basics only. And because we are humans, we are meant to, do that. Now, getting back to the point, so in terms of website, you first buy a hosting, you buy a domain name. So domain name is the name that presents you online. Okay, and then
Save this bit of a little later. We'll get into the technicalities of. Let's explain our viewers the philosophy of having a website. Why the website? I mean, a lot of the old school people, they they don't understand the value. So
yeah,
let's elaborate a little bit more on that. You know, why
exactly.
why
Like
do we need a website?
okay, so why do we need a website? It's a
I
very
mean,
broad
these
question.
days we are encouraging people to buy a domain name in their own name also, right? So
Exactly.
why do people need website these days?
So website is basically the entry point to your digital world. If I
Mhm.
simplify it, entry
Mhm.
point, by that I mean, if I go on Google, if I go on your social media, if I go on your email, there should be a place, one place where all your information is present, where I can know you better, where I can talk to you. Like without talking to you, your website should talk to me and tell about your brand or about
Mhm.
you. Who are you before I come to you? That is the
Right.
reason that we are going into such in-depth websites these days, even for personal branding, for an e-commerce store, for a business. Even if you want to, if you are a YouTuber, you still should have a website, because if I take it back to the earlier times, you might have some presence outside of your YouTube channel if there were no websites present today. because people want to reach to you. So how and
Right.
when and where? Email is not something that will give me information about you. Facebook is
Mhm.
not something that will give
It's
me
a
all the
one-way it's a one-way communication.
one-way communication. I am just
Right.
posting, I'm just running the ads. So where will you
Right.
land? Where will
Even
you know?
Facebook is a one-way communication.
Exactly, exactly. Facebook is a one-way communication. The most thing that you can do on my page is just comment, nothing else. Whereas on my website, I can have a chat bot, I can have a total system in place to make my audience engage with me. So, Ashwin, if you remember in the earlier times in marketing, we used to study about, in a brick and mortar store, there are certain reasons they place some stuff, at the end of the store and some stuff in the start of the store. So there was a
Correct.
total psychology behind it. Same is the psychology that we
The,
are applying here.
the user experience, the flow.
The user experience.
Right.
Exactly. Now we call it user experience.
UX was there. Right.
UI and UX. That is the thing. So why all of this? Because now times have changed. People have shifted to digital world. If let's say I see an ad on Facebook for
Mhm.
some company, the first thing that I do is I visit their website and try to understand what this brand is exactly doing. Are they credible? Are they not? If their website is crappy, of course I will get okay. I need to stay away from this brand. I think they are still not up to that mark. People have
Mhm.
so much credibility issues. If you
So
see,
you mean to say website has that much influence to
yes,
make or break a person's sales, right?
exactly,
So
exactly,
you're saying like you might create a wrong notion about a company just by looking at the website as well, right?
exactly, and this happens a lot.
Mhm.
If I create a website with a crappy user interface and I
Mhm.
run the ads on it, you will see my bounce rate up to 80%, 90%. you know
Mhm.
that heights. And personally we have experienced this in the past. If you remember when we got this organic fruits and vegetable brand from Bangalore, so they had their old website built and it was such
Right.
crappy website. When we used to go, I will take back the example of brick and mortar stores. So when we used to go in, we had the clarity of the things. Okay, there is the section for all the groceries, there is the section for all the detergents, there is the section for this. But now talking about the digital world,
Mhm.
okay, I am coming to your website, and
Mhm.
if I don't see these things clear, what will happen? I will walk out of your store.
Right.
It influences a lot. And
Or if the
take
store is located in the wrong place, in
or your store
cringy
is
area.
located. Exactly. Now, if I talk about that, that could be located on the wrong platform.
The wrong platform.
Platform also has a huge influence, because if your website does not load fast, I won't be keeping my eye on it to load it fully. And
Correct. If I'm not able to locate your office, I might give
exactly,
up the chase. Right.
exactly. So it
Right.
has, these days website is like the key thing that every brand needs to have, and a good one.
Mm.
Whereas
Mm.
90% people don't have. They still don't understand. Like recently, I would like to share here another case study when we were discussing our, proposal
So
with one of,
it is a showcase of your brand. It is a
yeah,
showcase of your brand.
okay.
Okay.
Yes, website is a showcase of your brand. If you see, like, let's take an example. I am a new company, okay, and I want to start reaching out to more customers and want to make get some purchases out of them. So how will I reach out to them in today's world? I won't go to their door. I won't
Mm.
go to a newspaper. That is not feasible for me. Okay,
Mm.
if I go for a door to door process, it will take me a lot of investment. If I go for uh, you know a newspaper process, it will take me a lot of investment. But whereas
Right.
if I build a website, it's not necessary that my website will cost me the same amount. It depends on my scope of work and my needs. Okay, then second thing is that if I want to reach out to the people now, I just have
Mm.
to share that one link that I can WhatsApp you. WhatsApp is very big these days. Every one of us uses it. I will WhatsApp you. You just click on it and then you will buy it.
Mm.
That's the case study that we had with MWorks. People were
Mm.
not able to navigate the products on the website. So the user experience was crappy, bounce rate was very high. Then they came to us. We did our UI UX research. We consulted a lot of experts in the industry, and then we made the website. And the rest is history.
Right. Right. So
Based
Anmol,
on
let's
we will
so a lot of our viewers, I mean, not our viewers are very clever, but a lot of people we meet have the misconception about website being something out of this world. And first thing is, it is a very complicated thing. Second, it is a very expensive affair. And obviously, we already spoke about third, we don't need it, right? And maybe we don't need it part comes because of the misconceptions that are there in people's mind. So could you elaborate a little bit on that as
Yes, yes. So misconceptions, first of all, why people have is because they haven't, got the proper guidance on it or the awareness on it. The first
well?
thing is that because
Correct.
let's say one of like before coming into this business, if I talk about when I used to go out and talk to people. So these people used to tell me, okay, you can get your website built. It will cost you this, but I am not able to get the ROI and all of these things. So these kind of things impacts people mind. But people don't understand this. If you haven't built your showroom properly, so how will it be able to deliver you properly?
Hmm.
The thing about the costing of the website, yes, website cost you a lot of money, but that is just the initial process. You can break it down
But
into
that
several.
is a relevant thing also. No? I mean,
Yeah,
it might or might not cost you too much, and it entirely depends on how you define
exactly,
about if what you want is clear in your head, then
exactly.
maybe it will cost a lot, but it won't cost.
The
What's the
same
right
as the
word?
breakdown of
It
website.
might be expensive, but it will not be exorbitant. Exorbitant in the sense I'm saying, it won't be an unnecessary expense, right?
Exactly, exactly.
It'll bring you some ROI.
If you see in the earlier days, Ashwin, if I want to let's say I want to open a kirana store. So
Mhm.
first I need to buy a shop, then I need to
Right.
store everything in it. I need to have security in it. What
Mm.
not? I need to have the proper lighting. I need to have the proper boards. I need to print the banners. I need to do a lot of stuff, which my website right now does everything for me. If you see,
Correct.
so if I talk about the data, so in the early 90s, if you and I wanted to open a shop, it would have costed us, a lot of money, like
Mm.
around 5 to 10 lakhs, because I need to have the inventory and a lot of things. But if I say now, I just need to have a website.
Mm.
Inventory can be outsourced. If you see, like people are working on that model. So many startups
Right.
come to us working on that model. They don't have
Right.
their own inventory,
Right.
right? Uber does not own any cars. Facebook does not
Right.
own any content, right?
True. 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 True.
Like in the digital world, things have changed so much, but still, that mindset that people carry, that is not changing. So that's where
Mm.
you and I come in and we try to explain the what are the benefits of the website. We show them the long term cost benefits of having a website. Yes, another thing for our audience is website, you make it one time with all the efforts, but then you have to maintain it. People
Mm.
ignore this part. Like we have
Like same case
this
with your shop as well. Brick and mortar shop also.
exactly.
You have to maintain it,
You
or
have to
it'll
maintain
crash.
it. If you don't maintain it, you will see a rat somewhere in it, and then you're out of the market. People,
You have a
if
thief
somewhere,
in your shop.
exactly.
Yeah.
If it's dirty, no one will come. So same is the
Correct.
case with your website. Like one of the biggest misconception between the people is like, if I build the website once, I do not need to do anything now. It's not like that.
Right. Mm.
Like if I have a
It is
brick
a
and mortar,
continuous process.
it's a continuous process.
Mm.
So like if I have a kirana store, let's
Mm.
say I got some new product, so I will change the positioning of it. Same happens on the website. If I have something new, I might change the sections. Okay,
Mm.
push this up, bring this down.
Mm.
And the best part of having the website that people don't realize is that you have the data on hands. You
Right.
have the data on hands. You
Well,
can
we'll come
define.
to that. So we'll come to that. We'll come to that. Don't open all your cards in the first scene itself. Right. So yeah. So now we are clear that we need a website. We are clear that it is not a very complicated thing to achieve. And if you spend the right amount of money, you and maybe even a little amount of money, then you can get a website up and running. Now, how do we get a website up and running? Like, what is the initial process? Just take us through the journey and make it very layman friendly, if I may.
Sure. So let's talk about the basic first step. First step is if I am if I am someone who wants to build a website, the first step that I want to take is, what should my website be?
mm,
First, I need to get clarity of that.
mm,
Like, we have had clients in the past who are not clear what they exactly want. I need to
mm,
first have that clarity. So I need to do some research. Number
mm,
one, research. After doing the research, I will finalize on a name. Number two, then I will
mm,
see if that name has a domain. I will go to
mm.
GoDaddy. I will search for the name. If I get the domain name, well and good. I will buy it. If I don't, I will look for another name. Then go for it.
What
Then
is domain?
I
What is domain?
Okay, so domain is basically your online name. So right now, our brand name is Cropstickle. So when you go on Google, you type our name, Cropstickle, our website will pop up. So that is, the name. That is the domain name.
Hmm.
You can buy it from GoDaddy, and it's cheap. It will cost you around, ranging from
130,
1,000. Yeah,
100
a
rupees also depends,
yeah,
depending
100
on the
rupees,
demand.
depending on
And
the
this is
demand.
this is where we say it is real estate, because the more in demand your domain is, the more it will
Ex-
cost. And once people come to know that you are looking for that domain, someone is going to buy it and it will sell it back to you for a much higher price. And that's when your website becomes exorbitant and not expensive.
Exactly, exactly.
Correct.
Like, here, I would like to share the example that happened recently with one of our clients. So they want to buy this domain name. We checked it out and then told them, okay, this is available. After a month, they came back to us. Now we want to start with the website. We checked out again. Now earlier the domain cost was around 900 or 800 rupees a year. Now someone has bought it. We need to pay the brokerage fees, and then we will get it for more than a lakh.
Right.
So you can see
And
now.
if you remember, we were looking for one of the domains that we liked, and it was costing
Yes,
somewhere around 15 lakh rupees. Remember?
yes, yes.
15 lakh. Just
15.
because we had looked for it and left it, and somehow obviously, it's just like buying your airline tickets. Once you look for it and leave it, the algorithm picks it up, and it's out there in the market that you're looking for it, and your domain is gone.
Exactly.
Yeah, someone is gonna take advantage of you.
Exactly, exactly. This happens a lot. Same happened, used to happen earlier. If there is a
Mm,
hotspot to open a shop, people will, go and buy it. Same is the case right now. So now, getting back to the pointers, now I have identified my domain name.
right.
So before going to someone who can build my website, or if I, choose the part of building my own website,
Mm,
I will first, do a little bit of research for me. So there are two ways to build a website. Either you can go on a CMS. CMS is content management system. They are very easy. Like, you use your Android mobile phones or iOS mobile phones. How easy they are. There are certain defined steps. Okay, I swipe left, I will see the screen. I click on WhatsApp, it will open WhatsApp. Same is a content management system. It's very simplistic. If I talk about building a website, so what a website so in the 2000, if I talk about, if we are building a website, it used to be hard coded, and coding is not something that everyone can do, right? And right now, if you see how we are building websites, it has become so much more visual. Like, since 2020, we have when we started out, it was still a bit hard to build those websites, because
mm.
the resources that we have right now in 2023 and we had in 2020, there is so much of difference, and these things are just getting better and better. Now AI is integrated. I can
To put it in very simple words, it is almost as easy as setting up your Facebook profile.
agreed, agreed.
Yeah. So,
But
your
there
Facebook,
is
Instagram profile, but yes, then not everybody's Facebook, Instagram profile look nice.
exactly that's the these are
That's where the
templated
catch is. Yeah,
these are templated formats that you get.
yeah,
So
these
if
are
you
templated.
want a very basic website that will do nothing, you can go for a, a templated website. But if you want a website that actually helps you reach your goal, so let's say my goal is generating leads, so you need to go to some professional, you need to do your own research, you need to brainstorm with them. So this is the most important step where people get it wrong. They will talk to the professional, they will try to understand, okay, what is their thought process, then they will take that thought process and their costing, they will go to someone else and get it done for cheap. But again, their website won't work. Why? Because everyone has a different thought process. So the
Right.
person who developed the thought
So we'll
process,
come to the thought process almost. So we were at buying a domain, and so
right,
what is and the CMS and the custom build, right?
right.
So yeah, so what is next after this? So uh, what are the next? What are the steps in that go in making a website? And if someone is coming to us to get the website done, uh, what are the steps that we follow?
Okay. So now you have bought the domain, you go to an agency, you talk to them. So when someone comes to us, so our process is number one, again, we do the research, we talk to the customer, we have a questionnaire ready, we try to understand your needs to the best of our capabilities. Once we have identify your needs, which takes a lot of time for you as well as us to get to a conclusion. Okay, this is what we exactly need. So our research is done. Then we move on to documenting it. Documenting the research is really important because we always have a written record where we can, go back and refer. These are the things that need to be get into my website once it's completed. Then after the documentation, we work on the UI UX as well as the content. These things they both go hand in hand. Why they go hand in hand? Because once my content is ready, I need to see, I need to put it on my that mock-up, how it will look on my website. So that is
So
the
what is a mock-up? Just
so mock-up is
briefly,
basically
very briefly.
okay. So mockup is basically a visual representation how my website will look in advance, like a creative. So I can exactly see what will be, developed on my domain name and the hosting.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is the step. Now we get the UI UX ready. Then the things goes to the developer. That's where the actual website development starts. People think that okay, I will just go to them, they will start with my website, but it's not like that, because you need a channel to communicate to the developer, because we are talking to technical people here. So how do
That's
how
why I said it's almost as easy as setting up a Facebook profile, but it's
exactly
not the same.
exactly.
Yeah.
So now we talk, we share the things with the developer, they develop it, and then after the developing, we do the debugging, we do the mobile optimization. After mobile optimization, we come back to the client.
Tell us what is the desktop optimization and mobile optimization, and
Interesting
what
question.
is debugging? Yeah.
Okay, interesting question. So most people think, okay, I will buy a template, I will put it on my website, I will buy a theme, I will put it on my website, and my website will be ready. But if you see right now, every company which manufactures hardware and software, or like Apple has a different screen size. My laptop has a different screen size. If I have an iPad will have a different screen size. Ashwin's mobile might have different screen size, and there are so many screen sizes. So how do you make sure your website looks good on all of those screens? Because your customers are coming from various backgrounds,
So
various countries.
I'll give you a small example here. You go to any government website and try opening it on your mobile phone, right?
It's a disaster.
.nic website. I think board exam is coming. A lot of people might be trying to, either log into their students' IDs. And I don't think it has changed. I'm 40 years old and Anmol is 23, but it hasn't changed ever since. It is the same website since I did passed my board exam, right? So you I have to scroll it through, and it is so basically it is optimized for the, or maybe not exactly optimized for desktop as well, but yes, it is on the desktop screen size website, and I'm trying to look for it on a mobile phone. So I have to scroll and go here and there. On the other hand, if when a mobile optimized website would be, I would be able to scroll easily on a mobile phone. It will be set in my mobile screen, right?
Exactly. That's the difference between mobile, desktop, and tablet. There are three screen sizes that we optimize a website on, and
Mhm.
most people don't understand this. They say, okay, you have built my desktop website, it's over. No, it's just the start, because 80% of the users are going to come on mobile. If they are not able to see your website properly on mobile, which is a very small screen size, if you see my phone is so small, if I am able to not properly see your website in this, then how will I make a purchase or give you my information, because I won't trust you.
Even the alignment is different. No, website, I mean, desktop is more portrait and mobile is, sorry, my website is more landscape and mobile
Exactly.
is portrait. Yeah,
Exactly. So, there are a lot of things that you need to do in, optimizing it for different screen sizes. And once this is done, then only you can proceed with, you can say, I have
correct.
a website.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So we're done with optimization. What next?
So now optimization is done. We do the debugging. So
Right,
what is debugging? Okay. So here I would like to explain a little bit of concept. UI is basically your typography, your color, your theme on the website that you see. But UX is the experience that you deliver to your audience through your website. So how I am interacting when I am clicking on the menu of your website, how I am, adding the item to the cart. Now, all of this is done on the website, but you need to test it out. If you don't test it out, and let's say we get 1,000 people traffic on the first day of the website, and this happens a lot, and my add to cart button is not working, so everyone will bounce off. So debugging is the most important process before we launch the website. It's like, I have a shop and there is some rat hiding in it, so I need to put it out before I let the customers.
or there might be a door that is not does not get locked properly, and a
Exactly,
thief might get in.
exactly. So you need to do this before
Or a
launching.
loose rack that might fall down.
It's a good option. And from from a loose rack, I get the perfect example for the next point, which is security.
Yes.
So without security, your website is something that anyone can come on come online and take the data from it and run away.
This is where the SSL certificate comes in.
This is where the SSL certificate, your other security services come into place, like Cloudflare. You put them on the website to make the content secure.
Mhm.
Because when a customer opens your URL, so at the backend, when they click enter, it goes back to the server and it comes back online. So when it comes back online from the server, there is something you need in between to keep the data secured. If you don't keep the data secured, some hacker can easily come in, and that's where most hacking comes into the picture.
Mm, mm.
Earlier it used to happen with your shop, like someone might, uh, when you are not there in your shop, someone might come in the night, and then they might, do a robbery there. But now it
Mm.
happens digitally, and that's where the robbery happens.
Or in simple words, it's like installing an antivirus software on
Antivirus software, simple,
your
and
desktop.
a
On your
CCTV,
desktop.
or you can say
CC.
Nimbu and Mirchi that we do in India.
And Nemo Minchi Mirchi as well. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nemo Mirchi works
Yeah, exactly.
wonders.
It works. It works
Right,
wonders.
right.
So that
So, and one more thing, if you don't have an SSL certificate, Google does not list you as well, right?
Google does not list you. So, like 2 3 years back, I think
So
Google.
if you're running your website through your, sorry, you're running your business through your website, uh, uh, if you don't have a security certification, SSL certificate, then you would not be on the search engine. That means you would, if someone is looking for your product, and they try to look for you, Google does not display you. You
Even
cannot run
ads,
your ads. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
even ads won't run.
Hmm.
If you try to run the ads, you will get the error that your website is not secure, because no one wants to promote an unsecured website where there is a risk of, customer data leakage.
Right,
So that is
right.
very important to have an.
Everybody wants a credible office, right?
Exactly. And plus,
Address.
since online payments have gotten into picture, and it's now widely used, so I don't want to put my credit card details on a website that is not secured. I need to have some sort of mental peace that I sleep
Yeah,
at night. I don't want to.
that's a no-brainer. I wouldn't be putting my credit card uh,
Exactly.
details. I
And
mean, I
plus,
think twice with websites which already have certificate, and
exactly,
the one that does not have a SSL certificate, already the credibility is gone. Forget about putting my credit card. I wouldn't be even spending time on it because I'm scared that it might bring virus on my instrument.
exactly. And like Ashwin, you come from that time when security was not that high on the website, and everything
No,
was
we had the "I love you" virus at that
exactly.
time. Yes, it was a thing. You used to get a mail which said "I love you." You opened it, and your laptop had vanished.
And what about mobiles? Like, tell a bit about that. How was the browsing in 2010 on your mobile phone, your first mobile phone?
No, 2010. I had my first mobile phone, and back in 2003, uh, it was a Nokia 5110. It's a legend that
Yes.
it had some sort of internet. It was called WAP. I never used it because it was not big in India.
Okay.
But my father had got it from abroad, and it had the service, but it was not functional.
Functional.
Yeah, but I used to see a lot of. I had a few software engineer friends when I was in college. I used to see them connecting the phone and the laptop and doing something, and I could not understand that was, what they were trying to do out there. So they got internet.
Oh, that's
So
amazing.
that's how the first mobile phone worked. Back in 2007, I had a Nokia on which I could access my mails. I could and check Internet Explorer and all those things was possible by 2007. It was 6, 7. It was possible. We had these colored screen phones. Actually, no, not 2007, 8 and or 9. It was there. So, but yes, there was no user experience. It was so difficult. I'd rather spend some money. And yeah, just browsing through used to exhaust my package as well.
Mm.
I had to recharge my phone immediately. So times have changed like anything. Yeah, but yes, there was no user experience. Forget about user experience on phones. That time, the old websites were very utilitarian. Uh, I mean, now the like all the text where you had hyperlinks, they they looked hyperlinked only. Now you can hide the hyperlink, even though there is a hyperlink, you can hide. But if there is a hyperlink, it is to show in that
Blue,
ugly blue
ugly
color.
line.
And the things used to be so alignment. There was no such thing as alignment in those website. Straight listing, and there was flickering ads here and there, and then there was some dirty ads also coming here and there. So some scam ads coming on the side. So I think that was the initial stage of digital marketing as well. They were trying to make it, but the ad banners also used to look funny. That flickering,
Right.
it looked like Meena Bazar Mela lights, that sort of thing. So we have come a long way now. Websites are state of the art. If we can show some of our websites,
Yes, I will
we are
put some
way ahead of
description.
way ahead of the time. It's
Exactly.
like setting up a Porsche showroom these days.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
that is a thing that makes people come on your website and get an experience and convert. If
right.
I was in 2008, I wouldn't have make a purchase online. Times have changed now.
No, and you're right. Maybe that's why. See, e-commerce is not a new thing. It was there,
It
but
was
there was a reason e-commerce was not that successful as it is right now, because the user experience has changed. That is a
exactly.
very good point that you made right now. Yes.
Exactly. It is important to give your customer an experience, and you come from an industry.
Yes.
Experience is the thing.
Yes, and now the internet is fast, first of all, and that time it was just a task opening a website
Right.
and letting it load and things coming. And yes, the security was an issue that everybody was scared of the virus
Yes.
for the
Yes.
internet. Nobody knew what the virus was. My mother used to think that if that goes into the computer, that computer might get infected, like us, and it'll get the virus. Yeah,
Yeah. The times have really changed.
right.
Yeah.
So coming back to now, we have discussed till the user experience, right?
Yes.
And what where do we go next after this? So, Anmol, before we started this podcast, I came across this news that actually I came across this gentleman who has created an entire website using ChatGPT and AI, and so that puts a question. whether AI is gonna replace us developers making the website, and will ChatGPT and AI design their own websites
You're right.
now?
So how I see it, and how the future will be is basically we will be working with bots closely. They cannot replace us fully. To
Mm,
clear that. Now, why they cannot replace us? Because at the end, your website is a portal to connect with humans
mm,
that a machine cannot understand very well right now. Even they have the database. Like I have personally used ChatGPT to try to get a code for the website.
mm,
ChatGPT can write the code, but when I talk about putting it front of the user, that code is not that friendly.
mm. So it has to be asked the right questions,
It has to
right?
be asked the right
So
questions.
to ask the right question, you need the right thought process
Thought
as well.
process. So, like connecting with the earlier conversation in the podcast, if I don't have the right thought process to build my website, it won't end up anywhere. Right?
Mhm,
Even if I use I need to give proper instructions, a proper brief, which
mhm.
we do not get from our clients. It goes as we
Correct.
build it. Right? We need to qualify a lot. If you see
Mm,
our
mm.
development projects, why do they take so long? Because
Correct.
we keep on understanding from the client. Okay, this is what you want. No. Okay, is this what you want? No. This is yes. So it takes a lot of time, which an AI
Right.
cannot do.
Right.
Even if I
Right.
give my clients,
AI cannot predict what I would want in future, or like even though AI knows I like strawberry ice cream, it does not know how much, to what extent to put the strawberry essence in the ice cream.
exactly.
Right.
That can only come when I interact with you on a daily basis. So if I am building your personal branding website, let's take an example. I will sit with you. I will try to understand who you are. What is your personality? As in, if I
Right.
just give you Chat GPT, will you be able to build it? No. Even I cannot build my website alone. I need to brainstorm with others. I need to talk
Mm,
that this is my
right.
personality. What do you think about this?
Mm, mm,
Right? AI is something which will help you optimize the things. So right now, if you see, most of our time it goes into the coding part of it. Boring coding part of it. I say it
mhm,
that I can get done from ChatGPT. It's very good at it. I can give them
mm.
after
So would it be fair to say if you want a boring website, you can go to ChatGPT, but if you want a state-of-the-art website, you come to developers like us.
exactly, exactly. It's like getting a Tata Nano or Rolls Royce. It's up to you. What do you want?
Right, right.
If you have a
So,
luxurious taste, you have to get it customized from someone who understands your taste. If you just want
right. No,
that is,
and what I feel is if you want your business to perform, then you need a custom-made website.
you need a
Uh,
customer.
uh, yes. So it's just like living a conscious life. If you want to look a certain way, you would have to put an effort and conscious effort and build your body, eat consciously, work out consciously. It's the same way. If you live an unconscious life, sorry, it's a bit philosophical, but it's the same thing with because philosophy goes into business as well, and
Exactly,
we put
it
a lot of
applies.
philosophy in work. So in our work as well. So same thing with the website or your business. You need to put a conscious effort out there. If you need the desired results, if you have the goal set, then you have to walk the conscious path.
Exactly, and if we don't do that, your website won't make sense to anyone because humans won't connect. Maybe a Google bot can connect, but humans won't.
Great,
Humans won't
great.
connect.
So
So
I
I
think we have made the podcast too long. So let's say goodbye to our viewers. And Anmol, you have anything to say at the end?
no, nothing as such, but it's just that if you want to get a website built, consult the right people and do your own research. That is the key point, I would like to say that
And our website and our contact details are always there in the link. You can always reach out to us. And there's not, I mean, if even if you don't work with us, we will be more than happy if you just need plain advices and you have doubts about your setting up your business digitally. You can always approach Anmol or me, and we'll be more than happy to guide you through the
exactly.
process.
Thank you so much, our viewers, for watching us.
Don't
Please
forget to like, share, and
subscribe to the
subscribe.
channel.
Yeah.
And we will be back another episode of our podcast.